Hey guys, what is up? It is Dalton here.
And I'm Tyler.
And welcome to Video Game Finds number 50. Can you guys believe it? We have been going for 50 episodes already of Video Game Finds. I know it's been a crazy ride, guys, and I really thank you guys a lot for sticking around this long. And it just keeps growing. It's really, really awesome. And anyways, you guys just saw the new intro for the videos. I decided that, the old one was getting kind of stale. It was kind of, bland. So I decided, add something, a little more flavor to the mixing pot here. And now every video will have that intro, and you'll see something similar to that at the end as well. It'll, be like a new, complete outro as well. So stay tuned for that every video. But yeah, anyways, guys, we got quite a bit of stuff here this week. And I mean a lot, so get ready for a long haul because this is especially for the 50th video. So anyways, we're going to go ahead and get started with this stuff. A lot of PS2 stuff especially in this video, so here we go. Let's get started with it. Alright, first thing. This week, I was out and about. I had to go pay for my college tuition because I start this coming up Tuesday. But I was out and about, which, the campus I go to is not too far from the Goodwill that I go to. So, anyways, I was out, and after I paid for my tuition, I went to the Goodwill. Didn't really find anything, but I did find this in the cord section. And it's a brand new, never been used AV cable here for Super Nintendo, N64, or GameCube. It's the earlier version because it's the light gray instead of the dark black one, but whatever, it's, it's brand new, so I thought that was cool. And it was $1, so I can't really complain. And it works very well because, I hooked it up and everything, but it is brand new, so I wasn't really doubting it. So, very cool. So there was that. And then we got a pretty cool PS4 controller here. I'll go ahead and explain this. This was completely redone by me and Tyler. We did this together, and I'll go ahead and show it. We got a regular black PS4 controller here off of eBay, and we bought this with our gift card money that we got for eBay for Christmas. And what we did was I bought this for $35, the controller, and then I bought the thumbsticks because the ones that were on it were pretty bald. So we bought the green thumbsticks, which were $5, which isn't bad, so very cool. And then we did this to the light bar on the back. We got a monster sticker decal that, goes over the light bar on the back there, which I thought was really, really cool. So all in all, we paid about $41 for the whole controller setup here, which is very, very cool. And then the thumbsticks actually came with an extra set of brand new thumbsticks and some extra buttons and pieces there, which I thought is really cool because the last time I bought from this same company, I bought white thumbsticks for PS3 controller, and they sent me a full set there too as well. So that was really cool for them to do that. But anyways, and then Tyler has his blue controller, which he showed that he got for Christmas, and he actually got a light bar decal as well. I bought a 2 set, and he got it reminds me of like Tron or something. I think it looks really cool. But there's that one. That's really cool as well. So I thought that was very, very cool that we found, light bar decals, and the thumbsticks and everything. So basically this this controller is the monster controller. So very, very cool. So anyways, so there's that. And then I guess we'll go with this. Nothing too exciting here, but I got these came in a bag, but a padded mailer, but I put them all in a box here. We got 10 Super Nintendo or NES off-brand power cords here. I especially need these because I have a bunch of consoles only and stuff, and I always use those cords to pair up with the duplicates of games that I get and stuff, and I sell them off that way. But usually when I get consoles, they don't have cords or anything, so that's the easiest way for me to do is get a bulk lot of aftermarket third-party brand power cords, but they work universally for Sega Genesis, SNES, and NES. So very cool. I'm glad I found those. Those were like $3.70 each, I think, after shipping and all that. So not a bad deal. So very cool that I found some of those. And I guess we could go with some local stuff, right? First thing here, we got up in the morning yesterday. We got up fairly early. We actually were out by like 8 o'clock, I think. We usually go out by 9, but we were out at 8 o'clock this time. And I found this in the back bin with a bunch of, like computer electronics and stuff. And this was only $2, which is a pretty good deal. And that's an official N64 power brick there. And it works very nicely. It's in very good shape. No cracks or, splits in the cord or anything. So, very cool. Glad to find, official Nintendo products. It's pretty cool. And then we went to the local Goodwill as well. And I didn't have this game, but I wasn't going to keep it because it's player's choice. It's for Nintendo GameCube. And I showed you in a video or so ago that I let Tyler keep that Platinum Silver GameCube. And he wanted to start getting some games, so he bought this one with his own money. And it was only $2, and it's a pretty cool game.
I got Lego Star Wars, the video game. And I've put about an hour into it already. It's really fun. I have played it on PS2, but I like the experience on GameCube better.
Yeah, to us it seems kind of like it feels more like a GameCube kind of game. Just because I don't know if the GameCube just feels more like kid friendly, but like Lego games and stuff, they feel like a Nintendo based kind of game. So very cool. I'm really happy that he got that. It's a pretty cool game. So awesome. Now we'll kick it back to the other Goodwill that we go to. We found quite a bit of stuff there, which is an amazing deal. We'll go ahead and show you in like increments here, but I thought these were really, really cool. When we get into it. But first thing here, I got two just basic AV cables here for like NESs. I use these for NES consoles. They work very well. So there's those. These were $1 each. And I found an official PS2 AV cord. Same thing, was $1. And then we found two PS2 games there. I happen to own both already, but I thought, you know what, might as well just add them in. First one here is Crazy Taxi. It is missing the manual, but there's that one. And the other one here is pretty cool, and this one is complete, and that's the Simpsons Hit and Run. And then where's that one thing that came with Simpsons Hit and Run?
Oh, right here.
Yeah, this was inside the case with Simpsons Hit and Run.
That's an 8 MB PS2 memory card.
It's just the official black memory card, which I thought was pretty cool. It'll be a little bonus inside there. So that was very cool. And the PS2 games were $1 each as well. So that's especially good for this game. This game has been going up like significantly in the last few weeks, which is insane. But this is a very fun game, guys. I definitely recommend this one if you haven't played it. I've played this game probably complete 3 or 4 times, like 100%. It's addicting. It's a really fun game, so I definitely recommend you check that out if you haven't already. So anyways, there's those PS2 games there. And then I'll go ahead and show you this. We found, I usually don't buy these, and I decided to give it a try, but I found a first model Xbox 360 console here. Very good shape. It was a little dirty on top, but I wiped it down. Looks pretty good. And it has the 60 gigabyte hard drive on top there. I have no way of testing this necessarily. I'll show you what I got with it. It came with a, well, this was kind of separate, but I saw it in the same pile. This was $1.50. GameStop branded Xbox 360 controller. There's that. That kind of came with it, I guess. And then our buddy George that goes up there every weekend, he went in the back outlet part while we were shopping around in the front store, and he found these in there because he saw that we got the Xbox. He bought these for me because he's like, you know what, I'll just buy you the cords because you don't have the cords with it. So he was really nice of doing this. He found the power cord here and the AV. Now, what I find strange is that Microsoft did change the power port like 4 different times, and unfortunately, this does not fit on this model of the Xbox. And to be honest with you, I really don't know why they changed it. Maybe it's like a circuitry thing on the inside. But anyways, it is kind of a pain in the butt because now I have a useless 360 power cord right now and don't know what to do with. But the AV cord fits it, so at least there's that. But I was really hoping to test the Xbox and see if it all worked and everything. But it could have the red ring of death. It could be banned from online. I wouldn't know. I gotta get a real power cord that'll actually fit it before I can even do anything with it. So unfortunately, at this point in time, it is all untested. I don't even know if this AV cord works or anything because there's no way to test it without power. So, but anyways, the cords were basically given to me. So right now I have about $11.50 in the 360, which, if anything, I could always just sell the 60 gigabyte hard drive off of it if the console doesn't work. But I mean, it looks pretty nice. It should be fine. But I mean, I've never bought one before, so technically I don't know. So anyway, now we got a pretty good lot of stuff that came out in a cart bin. And I saw this and I almost freaked out how good the price was and how much stuff was in it. And Tyler will go ahead and show you all the stuff that was in this little like Ziploc bag. So you can go ahead and start that stuff.
So we got a pink Game Boy Advance.
Yeah, it's I don't know what the technical actual name is, but we just the Glacier Pink, I guess. I'm not positive. I don't remember the exact name for it, but it does have the battery pack cover on it, which is good.
And then it has this Gamester, like...
It's like a nightlight, so it brightens up the screen so you can see it better at night and stuff. I mean, that's a really cool, nifty, like, little handy thing that you could put onto your consoles. I've never seen one before. I know they had them for, like, the original Game Boy and the Color and stuff, but I've never seen one for the Advance, which I thought was really cool.
And it also came with this battery charger.
It's like a rechargeable battery pack for the light, which I thought was pretty cool, so that was in there.
And then we got a couple miscellaneous things real quick. We got a DS, I think
it's the DS Lite Game Boy Advance port cover for, the Game Boy Advance games. So that was pretty cool. That was in there.
And then it also came with a DS microphone like headset. So I think that was pretty cool. And then it came with
for some reason this was in the bag too. I don't know if they got mistaken or whatever, but
yeah, it's a PS3 charging cable.
I don't know if it's precisely for PS3, but it does fit PS3 controllers, so I thought that was very cool. And then this console came with 18 games, 16 Game Boy Advance and 2 Game Boy Color. And after we show them all, I'll explain how much we paid for the whole bag, which is insanely good.
So I'll start with the 2 Game Boy Color games here. Baron the Big Blue House.
So pretty much right off the bat, this was kind of like a kid's game a little bit. So, but I mean, still, I think they're all games except for like one that I did not have at all. So,
Toki Tori, an interesting Capcom game. Now on to the advanced games. These aren't in any particular order, so
we didn't alphabetize these ones because they have that weird lip on the edge, so they wouldn't really stack. So these ones aren't alphabetized, but we'll have to do that later today.
Dexter's Laboratory, Disaster Strikes. But Ugly Martians.
There are a couple good games in here I do remember seeing.
Yeah. Eggmania. Dragon Ball Z.
I think that's Takeshu.
Takeshu?
I think that's how it's pronounced. I'm not positive. Probably butchered that name, but anyways.
SpongeBob SquarePants Super Sponge. The Revenge of Shinobi. Zapper, One Wicked Crippet. Monsters, Inc. There is a lot of filler in here, but
there's a lot of filler titles, but I mean, I didn't get them before, so, but there are some, like I said, there is a couple of good ones in here.
Here's a good one, Advance Wars 1 and 2.
So yeah, there's Advance Wars 1 and 2 in here, which is really cool.
Spider-Man Mysterio's Menace. Frogger's Adventures. Prince of Persia, The Sands of Time.
I think they had that on like GameCube and stuff too, didn't they?
I think so, yeah. Fortress. It's kind of like Tetris, I think. Yu-Gi-Oh! The Eternal Duelist Soul. And the last one here is a really fun one and good one, and that is Super Street Fighter 2.
Alright, so after we showed you all that, you guys aren't going to believe this, but actually, since it was half off weekend and everything, they moved so much stuff quick. This bag was marked at $13.99, half off. We got it for $7, which I cannot begin to explain how cool that is. Just to be able to get a bunch of good games and stuff like that, and a Game Boy Advance that I didn't have. I definitely am very pleased with that. Very happy that they, because they know that they'll move it quick if they price it really cheap. I've never seen a bundle like that come out of Goodwill before. So I mean, $7, you cannot beat that price. I mean, I remember before I got the, there's one Game Boy up here, Game Boy Advance. It was a silver one that I got from Goodwill once, and I paid $10 for that, I think, and I freaked out over that, and that was just for the Game Boy. I mean, this was with 18 games, and I cannot believe how good a deal that was. There is one thing that I'll explain. George did get a bag of stuff, too. He got 2 DS Lites and some games for the same price, which, unfortunately, he wanted to keep because, he has kids and stuff. I don't know if he used to let his kids play this with some of the stuff that he buys. I don't know if he's just going to go resell it all or that kind of sort. But he explained to me yesterday when he got home. He told me that the only game that was in there that was worth it was Mario Kart. But anyway, I'm still happy with the Game Boy Advance lot. I mean, there's just no question. So very, very cool.
I think we have one more thing from Goodwill.
Yeah, there's one more little bit of stuff that we got from that same Goodwill, and then we finally left there because we were getting pretty tired of the day. But, I mean, I'm glad we stuck around for a little while.
Okay, so we got 3 PlayStation 2 charcoal controllers here.
Just the basic black ones. And one here that this one Tyler wanted to keep.
I want to keep this one because it looks really nice, and mine's okay condition, but I like this one a lot. So
yeah, this one's like brand new, and they all 3 worked very nicely. No problems, no glitches, nothing like that. So very, very cool that there was 3 PS2 controllers there. Because last weekend we found 4 of them, and one of them was an emerald green one. But anyways, these were all again $1.50 each. Same as last weekend and stuff, so very, very cool. I'm glad that there was some more controllers to, add to the stuff that I can, possibly resell off. So, very cool. Alright, okay, and then after Goodwill, we went to, the ARC thrift store, and I'll go ahead and show this first. I mean, it's just one, but I'll explain what we have. But there's, basically this is a DVD case, empty DVD case, blank, what most DVD game or movies would come in. But anyways, here's one here. I'm not going to show all that we got because we ended up picking up 115 of these cases from ARC. The reason being is, and I'll explain in a little bit why we got all these, and you'll see why. But we picked up, 115 of these, and ironically, one of them happened to be an actual official PS2 case. But these ended up being about 15 cents each, I think. 15 or 16 cents. It was kind of in that range. It was like $20, I think, for all the cases, which is, really cheap. I mean, I used to be able to find these at the Games Ahoy dumpster because they would just throw out, useless cases, but they don't do that anymore. But, I mean, if I need these, I'll pay a little bit of money for them. So, I mean, like 15, 16 cents each, I can't really complain about that. So, we basically cleared out their whole shelf of empty DVD cases that they had at their store. So, but anyway, I thought that was pretty cool that we got 115 of these. So, there's those, and I'll explain why we got all those when we get down the road here. And then we found 4 games from them as well, and a pretty cool looking case. So, Tyler, go ahead and show those.
So, I'll show this case first. It's a Yoshi Wii case that holds 4 games.
Yeah, it's like, I think it was like a Nintendo Club Nintendo thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's what I feel like that was. What that was.
I'm not sure. If you guys know, please let me know. Because I mean, I've heard of these before, but I mean that's just the Yoshi one. I'm sure they had like Mario and Luigi and Princess Peach and Toad and stuff like that. I would assume, but that was only $1, which, I can't really complain. It's pretty cool looking, little case, so I thought, why not pick that up?
And then we got 4 complete games here. We got Okage.
What? For PS2, right?
Right.
Yeah, they're all PS2 games.
Okage Shadow King.
Which is actually like a $17 to $20 game, which is pretty cool. I've never heard of it before. It looks pretty fun. It is complete, and the disc looks brand new, and it's an early game because it has the blue disc, which is, CD-based. But that was $2.
Then we got Grand Theft Auto 3, that is sealed.
It's not the first edition print, unfortunately, but it is part of the set version, but it is brand new sealed, so that's pretty cool.
And then we got Grand Theft Auto Vice City.
Also, same thing again, part of a set, which is in like brand new shape as well. It has the poster and the map, the poster map and the manual and stuff.
And then we got Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
And part of a set. So all 3 of those were part of a set version. all complete. The 3 of them ran me $11, I think, which is not too bad because people do love the Grand Theft Auto trilogy, especially since one of them is sealed. That'd pretty much add to the flavor of the 3, which I think is pretty cool. So I'm glad that we found those there as well. So very cool. So that is all the local stuff. Now we'll move into all eBay stuff, and we have quite a bit of PS2 stuff. This is all PS2 games and game affiliated, like PS2 affiliated things. So if you guys, I don't blame you if you guys want to skip to the end. You go ahead and can, because there is quite a bit of PS2 stuff here. So if you guys don't want to stick around for this part, you feel free to end the video here, skip to the end. You can do that if you want. So anyways, we're gonna go ahead and start with these PS2 game lots here. These were all separate lots except for a couple of them. We'll get to that in a little bit. But anyway, this first lot here is a pretty good PS2 game lot. These were $2 each, and I'll go ahead and show. I think I can go through them and to the best of my ability explain which ones I have and which ones I don't. But we'll go ahead and start here. So first one here, Arctic Thunder, complete. And I know I don't have that one, so there's that one. Call of Duty 3 Special Edition includes the bonus disc, and it does. It's complete in like new shape. It is Greatest Hits because it is Special Edition. Usually Special Edition, like bonus add-ons like this, I will keep, but I'll keep in like a separate part of the game collection. Because I have like Twisted Metal Black Special Edition and like Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition Remix and stuff like that, which were only released as Greatest Hits. But that one will go in there as well. This for this Call of Duty 3, which is in pretty good shape. So there's that one. This one I don't have as well, and that's Call of Duty World at War Final Fronts. Very cool. This one I don't have either. I'll keep it because I don't have a manual yet, but I'm sure I'll find one. And that is Dragon Ball Z Budokai 2. It's in very good shape otherwise. Some of these discs were a little scratched up and rough, but they all played, which is pretty good, so I'm not too worried about it. Next one here is Madden 09. Have that one. Enter the Matrix. I have that one as well. Ford Racing 2. Again, have that one. Front Mission 4. Don't have this one. This one's like brand new. So there's that one. That's cool. Midnight Club Street Racing, the first Midnight Club. I already have that one, plus that one's Greatest Hits. Have this one, NFL Street 3. It's missing the manual. I would have kept this one because I don't think I have this one, but it is missing, or no, it's got a Greatest Hits disc in it, which I hate the Frankensteins. That's what we call them, is Frankensteins. But that's Prince of Persia, the Two Thrones. There's that one. Have this one, but this one's Greatest Hits anyway. Resident Evil Code Veronica X. Have this one as well. Smuggler's Run, which looks like a pretty fun game, by the way. Have this one. Super Trucks Racing. And the last one here, I don't have, but it's not really worth it to hang on to because it's not a too high dollar game. Plus the disc is fairly rough, but that is 13. And it is missing the manual and everything, so I mean it's not too big a deal. I could probably find this one. It's like a $3-4 game anyway, so it's not too big a deal. But yeah, there is a few in there that I will be keeping. And again, those were all only $2 each, which is a very good deal for PS2 games. So, very cool. Alright, Tyler, you want to show that stack there?
Alright.
There was, how many? There was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There was 10 games in that lot that I got, and these were, I believe, $2 as well. These came from a completely separate eBay listing, but there's a lot in here that are in very good shape.
First one here is Constantine.
And I do believe these are all complete with manuals except for one.
Grand Theft Auto Vice City again.
The Greatest Hits version. But yeah, the guy that had these kept them in really nice shape. They're all like brand new, so it's very cool.
Heavenly Guardian. Never heard of that one.
Yeah, that one looks pretty cool.
Indiana Jones and the Staff of Kings. Lego Star Wars 2, the original trilogy. I think I played a lot of this one. I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure I put a lot of time into that one. The Happy Square Double Pack. This is SpongeBob the movie and SpongeBob Battle of Bikini Bottom double pack.
And it has the slip cover and everything, and that's like to have that complete with the cardboard cover and everything is like a $15 $16 game, I think, and it's in very good shape, so that's very cool. It's all complete 100% in there, so that's very cool to add to the collection.
Star Wars The Force Unleashed. Superman Returns.
I believe that's the one that's missing the manual.
Yep. That one's incomplete.
And then this one I already have.
And the last one here, Ultimate Board Game Collection.
I think I did upgrade the discs, though, because that one was, like, brand new.
Right.
Regardless to mine, you know. Anyway, so there's those. Those were about $2 each for those as well off of eBay, so very cool. Alright, and now I've got a fairly bigger stack of PS2 games here. These were 2 separate auctions, but they came from the same guy, and he shipped them, you know, at the same time. They actually came out of Denver, so they weren't too far away, actually. So that's pretty cool. I mean, to be in the home state here, that's pretty cool. They didn't take too long to get here anyway. So, anyways, I'll go ahead and start with these. There's a bunch of disc-onlys, and then there's a bunch of games with cases and such. But I'll go ahead and start with the disc-onlys. First one here is ATV Off-Road Fury 2. Not for resale edition. These are all fairly scuffed up. That's why they were. I'll explain why I paid in the end. But these were fairly cheap because of these conditions. But they all worked except for 3 of them, and I'll explain to you which ones didn't. ATV 2, Quad Power Racing. Call of Duty 2. Crash Bandicoot Wrath of Cortex. Pretty good game. Crash Twinsanity. Also fairly good. Dance Dance Revolution Supernova. Not worth the printing that took to put on the disc. Same with these ones. These ones I think were the ones that didn't work. Madden 06. Not a huge loss there at all. And this one also. Madden 08. But you know what? I mean, they're Maddens. I mean, they're not that big of a loss to me. Gran Turismo 3. Greatest Hits. This is a good one too. I mean, really. Guitar Hero 2. I mean, back in the day that was a great game, but I mean, now it's just nothing. I mean, you can't get anything for it, unfortunately. But it was thrown in, really, basically, so it's not too big a deal. What is that? Mark Davies' Pro Bass Challenge, I think, is what that is. If it was the case, I'd probably be able to read it more better, but this has like a big rental sticker all across the disc, so it's kind of hard to read some of it. MX vs. ATV Unleashed, which is a pretty cool game. SpongeBob SquarePants, Atlantis SquarePantis. However, it's kind of like upside down all around. Spider-Man 3. This one's pretty cool. Too bad it's like Greatest Hits. I would have kept the disc otherwise. But Star Wars Battlefront 2. And the last one here of disc only is Tetris Worlds. Alright, and then these games in the cases. I'm not positive which ones have manuals, which ones don't. I already went through all these. I upgraded what I could, kept what I could, you know, basically manual-wise, stuff like that, and, you know, upgrade-wise. But anyways, first one here is Ace Combat 4. ATV Off-Road Fury 2. Feels like it's missing the manual on that one. Buzz the Mega Quiz. I think I upgraded mine on this one. Arena Football. And I hate how GameStop, you know, some GameStops put the actual sticker on the insert, which really it ruins the insert because you can't take that off, it'll rip the insert. So, unfortunately, that game's forever scarred by GameStop, but what can you do? Madden 2004. I believe that one didn't work very well either. Madden 2007. Madden 2008. Madden 2009. A lot of Maddens in here. Madden 2010. NASCAR Thunder 2003. Feels like that's missing the manual. NBA Live 07. NCAA Football 2004. I think I upgraded mine. NFL Head Coach. Not even worth your time playing this one, believe me. EverQuest Online Adventures. I would have kept this, but it's missing the manual. It's not too hard to find. It's not too expensive, so I'll just wait for another copy. There's that one. Another Ford Racing 2. Plastered in GameStop stickers. Couldn't get them off because, for one, the game got water damaged at one point in its life, and it stuck all the stickers on it even harder to get off, so I just left it. Next one here is G.I. Joe: The Rise of Cobra. Actually it's weird. It's like a rental case. Like the front's real, but then the rest is like a Showtime video or something, kind of like a Blockbuster kind of thing. So it's kind of weird. Another Gran Turismo 3, missing the manual, I feel. Guitar Hero: Walk This Way, Aerosmith. It's in a Blockbuster case there. So basically just the disc in there. Need for Speed Pro Street. Robotech Battle Cry. This one I know I didn't have. I'll just hang on to this one. It's not too big a deal, but Rock Band. And the last one here, World Series of Poker Tournament of Champions 2007 edition. And this one is scratched all over the place, but it still, managed to play just fine. So, I mean, I'll hang on to it because I don't have it, so, why not? And all those games, after he shipped them to me and everything, ended up only costing me 60 cents a game. I mean, I know that's what some of them kind of go for already, especially disc only, but, I mean, there's some in there I didn't have, and some I could just, bundle with a PS2 or whatever, depending on what I can do and what I can't do with them. Some of them didn't work, so, I mean, I'm not a huge loss at 60 cents each, so, but a very good deal for PS2 games to be 60 cents each, which I thought was really cool, so, very, very cool. Alright, I guess you can show that stack there of those PS2 games. And again, these were $2 each. This was another lot that I bought off eBay, which, I think there's only one in there that I'm keeping. The rest are just, kind of go away.
First one here is 4x4 Evo or Evolution.
Pretty fun game, actually. I thought that one was pretty cool.
EA Sports NHL 2004.
I upgraded mine with that one because that one was in much better shape than mine.
Grand Theft Auto 3. Guitar Hero 2. Guitar Hero 3 Legends of Rock. Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets.
Pretty good shape. I think it's missing the manual though, but oh well. This is the only one that I'm keeping out of the entire bundle.
Kingdom Hearts. Really big book in that one.
Yeah, it's like a thick manual.
Medal of Honor Frontline.
Had some GameStop stickers I didn't want to deal with because after time they just stick there and they don't want to come off.
And the last one here is Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3.
So very cool. Those were all $2 each. The Kingdom Hearts is in fairly good shape. The disc is a little rough, but I mean other than that, I mean it still played. When I played it for a little bit, it played pretty good. So nothing to really worry about there. So alright, and the last stack of PS2 stuff and the last stack for this video. This is the reason why we got all of those empty cases, because I bought a huge lot of inserts and manual only. No cases, no discs, nothing. They were just the inserts and the manuals. And I'll go ahead and show you all of them. This first stack here is what I'm keeping out of them, so I can hopefully one day find just the disc and I can put them in there. And they're already complete. The rest... well, these games that I'm keeping they actually have official PS2 cases because I had some left over. But the ones I'm selling off and stuff just have those DVD cases on them because that's the best I could do because I was running out of real PS2 cases. So that's why I bought the DVD cases. But anyways, this first stack here are all games I don't have yet, and hopefully I can complete and put together myself later on down the road with just a disc only. So here we go. First thing here is just a manual. I didn't have an insert for it, but I can just hold on to it in case I get the game without a manual. Here is the manual for it. That is Cue Ball Billiards Master. Pretty good manual, so very cool. Very good shape. And then the rest of these are complete just without the disc. And I'll go ahead and show them. They're all in alphabetical order. We'll go ahead and start with this one. First one here is Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance. The first one there. Bass Strike. Cabela's Big Game Hunter 2005 Adventures. Cabela's Big Game Hunter. Cabela's Dangerous Hunts 2. Cabela's Outdoor Adventures. Cabela's Trophy Box. Crash Tag Team Racing, part of a set version. Dance Dance Revolution Extreme 2. Destroy All Humans, the first one. I have the second one, but there's the first one. If I could find the disc, that'd be cool. Cars Racer-Rama. FIFA 08 Soccer. NCAA Football 09. Tiger Woods PGA Tour '09. Guitar Hero Aerosmith, and I just showed you that one with the Blockbuster case. It was a disc only, so I can just basically put that in here. So very cool. Next one here, Guitar Hero Van Halen. Jack X Combat Racing. And I believe this is the only Jack game that we don't have, which that's pretty cool if I find the disc for that. Legaia Tool Duel Saga. Metal Arms Glitch in the System. MX vs. ATV Unleashed. Again, there was a disc only in one of those stacks, so I can put that in here. Pretty cool. Risk Global Domination. Showdown Legends of Wrestling. Pretty cool. Hulk Hogan and stuff on there. The Sims 2. This one will probably be almost near impossible to find, but Winter 2003 Jam Pack. I don't know if anyone even sells those discs like that. And then the last one here, Yu-Gi-Oh! Capsule Monster Coliseum. It's supposed to come with 3 limited edition bonus game cards for the official cards, but it doesn't have those. But, I mean, I'm not too worried about that. But, anyway, there's all the game cases and manuals that I will be keeping. The rest that we're going to show you are for sale after I find games, or I could just sell the case and manual. Eventually, I'll see what happens. But there's quite a few of them, so I'll get started. I'll show... These ones, I separate them. There's game cases that had the insert and the manual, and then there was game that just had the insert. So I'll go ahead and show this stack. Tyler has the stack that has just the insert, no manuals. So first here, I'll go ahead and start with these. First one is Ace Combat 5. These are all with the manual. ATV Off-Road Fury 2. And I believe there was a disc only, so I could put that game in there and complete that game. Brunswick Pro Bowling. Same thing with this one, Call of Duty 2, there was a disc only. And then here's this one, Dragon Ball Z Budokai 2. And this one has the manual, so I could put this manual in with that game that I was going to keep from earlier that I showed you. So I can put, I can complete my copy. Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi. Madden 07. And I think we had a disc only of that, we could put that in there. I'm not positive, I don't remember. There's so many games to go through, it's like really hard to remember. Alright. God of War 2. 3 copies of San Andreas. Two of them part of a set, and then one Greatest Hits. One has the poster map in it, the rest are just the manuals. There's those. Gun. Hitman Blood Money. Jeep Thrills. Killzone. 2 copies of Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition Remix. Mortal Kombat Armageddon. Mortal Kombat Deception. 2 copies of Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks. Both part of the set. Fight Club. Final Fantasy X. NBA 2K11. Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2. SingStar Pop. Sonic Heroes. Super Trucks Racing. Metal Gear Solid 2. And the last little bit here. Test Drive. Civil War, A Nation Divided, the History Channel. I upgraded mine with that one, I think. Simpsons Road Rage. Tony Hawk's American Wasteland. And then SmackDown vs. Raw. So there's all those with the manuals in them. And then Tyler will show the last stack, which there's a few just loose manuals. And then there's all cases with no manuals inside, just the insert.
Alright. First we got the manuals. We got Gun. MX vs. ATV Unleashed. Sly Cooper. Ghost Recon Jungle Storm. And SmackDown vs. Raw 2007.
So those are all just the basic loose manuals. I think I have all those games. So I went through and I upgraded what I had and what I didn't have. I think a lot of these were not as good as the ones I already had. So anyways, there's the loose manuals. And then Tyler will go ahead and show all the cases that have the insert artwork, but there's no manuals.
Okay. ATV Off-Road Fury 2. Ben 10 Alien Force. Cabela's Outdoor Adventures. Again.
Yeah, there was a lot of duplicates in this lot.
Call of Duty 3 Special Edition. Call of Duty Finest Hour. Crash Twinsanity.
I did have a disc only for that, so I could put the game in there for that and sell that off. That's pretty cool.
Def Jam Fight for New York. Dragon Ball Z Budokai 3. 2 copies of Madden 10. EA Sports NCAA Football 10. Frogger The Great Quest. Grand Theft Auto Vice City Stories.
Pretty cool game. That one's actually a little bit harder to find. It's a little more expensive.
Guitar Hero 5. What is that?
Gun Griffin Blaze.
Gun Griffin Blaze.
It's an interesting looking one. I wish I had the manual. I would have held on to that one, but since there's no manual, there's no sense of really holding on to it. I'd rather, wait for a complete copy at that point.
Lego Star Wars the original trilogy.
So another case for that one. The other one was complete, but that one's, it's cool to reference that one again.
Major League Baseball 2K7. Marvel Ultimate Alliance.
Yeah, you can tell a lot of these have the DVD cases because they're like, clear white.
Yeah. Mercenaries 2 World in Flames. Two copies of Need for Speed Pro Street. Samurai Warriors 2 Empires. Scarface The World Is Yours. Sly 2. Sly 3.
Yeah, we had the manual for the first Sly Cooper, but there was no sign of the case or the manual or the insert or anything, so unfortunately that's weird.
Sonic Unleashed. Spyro A Hero's Tale.
I believe mine I got upgraded with that one because mine was water damaged, so I upgraded the insert on that one.
Spyro Enter the Dragonfly. The Incredible Hulk. No One Lives Forever. SmackDown Just Bring It. SmackDown vs. Raw 2006. SmackDown vs. Raw 2010. Twice. And the last one here, Yu-Gi-Oh! Capsule Monster Coliseum.
So I kept the better of the two of those for myself, and then that one's just the artwork insert. But is that all of them?
Yep.
Alright guys, well, that's going to do it for this video. I know it was a very long video, but it was well worth it for the 50th special video, I'm glad if you guys stuck around this long, or if you just skipped it to the end, well, thanks for staying to the end at least, or whatever you guys did. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for liking, subscribing, sharing, telling your friends, everything. It really helps us out. It's really awesome to see you guys come back every week. Really, sharing your thoughts and everything in the comments, hitting that like button, subscribing, all that stuff. It's awesome. It puts a smile on our face. Every time we find this stuff, I say this every time, every time we find this stuff out in the wild or on eBay or whatever, it's like, wow, we get to show all these, all our, friends and everything on YouTube, the stuff that we find, and it's just really cool for that experience for us personally. So thank you guys a lot. We hope for a lot more videos coming up in the future. But I mean, I can't believe we've made it 50, guys. So Anyways, I thank you guys a lot for staying. Until next time, guys, happy gaming. We will see you next time, guys. Take care. See you later.
See you guys.